In this video, we're going to be using the WSP Tobacco Shaving Cream and the Supply SE 2.0 razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. And as mentioned before, today we're going to be using the WSP. This is the Tobacco Shaving Cream, and this is clean and green in scent. And by the way, this was kindly sent to me by the inspector. Let's show it the right way, from the inspector's den, and I'll link his channel below. Again, clean and green in scent. Scent strength right around medium. I would say it is a really nice tobacco scent. Don't think cigar or cigarette. Think tobacco leaf. Again, clean, green. We'll show you the ingredients right there. The cost on this shaving cream is $25.99 for 7.44 ounces, or a good price of $3.49 per ounce on our cost chart. Again, a nice shaving cream. I like that it's in a plastic tub, unlike their soaps. I don't buy their soaps because I don't want those tins. That's just me, my choice. But I do like the creams, and so we're happy to be giving this a go today. The razor for today is the Supply Single Edge 2.0 razor, and this one is in the polished copper. And in retrospect, I kind of wish I would have got a matte finish, because this one picks up fingerprints and it drives me crazy. But it is beautiful to look at when it's on that stand. This is an injector razor, and I'm using a blade that I'm testing actually for Supply. This is a blade that they're having produced brand new, so we'll see how it goes today. And the Supply razor, by the way, comes with 3 different plates. I have the third plate, which is the most efficient. They have a mild plate, a middle plate, and then this one is the most aggressive or efficient. So we look forward to using the Supply SE 2.0 once again today. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're just going to mist the face. I have slightly under 24 hours growth today because I'm shaving a little bit early, but you can see some of the pepper there. At least I hope you can. In the bottle here, plain water. No super elixir or anything like that. The brush for today is the Grey Dog bamboo. It's got a Magritte Timberwolf knot, but the hand was turned by Grey Dog in bamboo. Thank you again, Grey Dog. Our bowl, as always, is our Captain's Choice copper. And we think we got a pretty nice lather whipped up here today with the WSP, or at least we hope so. You might see some little granules in it. The consistency of this cream is different from, say, Tobbs or something like that. It's almost like a crope, but when you try to push it into the bowl, it kind of separates. You see those granules? Sort of separates into granules a little bit, but that won't be an issue. You might be able to see it in the mix, but it won't be a problem at all. Just kind of looks funny. It does have again, the scent on this is pretty nice in my opinion. Clean, green, nice, no bubbles, no troubles. Lathered up easily without a lot of effort, so that's always good. The only thing that I would say is a little bit annoying is that see those granules in there of soap that I didn't get completely worked in? They just kind of move around in the bowl, and so they're really hard to get completely worked in, but again, it won't cause any sort of issues. They're just they'll just sort of be there and be visible. They don't really affect or should not affect the shaving performance here. I must admit that it's kind of slightly annoying, but there's not much I could do about it. I did try to work them in as best I can, but it was just not possible to get them completely beaten into submission. Tried to add a lot of water to sort of dilute them, but you know, not everything is ideal all the time, but that's good enough. We're not going to spend all day fooling around with the lather. Let's rinse the handle off there and make sure we have dry hands, and cut that back a little bit, because we certainly don't need to be shaving all the way down to our collarbone. I hope you all are having a great day so far, this fine Saturday morning, or it'll be fine Saturday, hopefully, when you're watching this. And let's get going with our Supply and try this blade out. First few strokes there, feeling pretty good. Feels smooth. And that's what I always want in a blade, smooth and sharp. Feels pretty good. The soap feels nice and slick too, so no problems with that. The Supply razor here, you saw on television on Shark Tank. If you didn't see that, I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Maybe on YouTube. It was one of those products that was featured on Shark Tank, and I think it has a lot of appeal in terms of bringing new traditional shavers to the hobby. In fact, Supply says that, I believe they told me, 7 out of 10 people who use this razor or buy it have never used any sort of traditional safety razor before. So that's very interesting. And I think for us, that's good because they're bringing new people into the fold. They do advertise their product and put some marketing funding into it. So that's always good. And I think a lot of people will discover this razor and then maybe they'll happen across one of these videos and go, hey, what's with that guy using the brush and the soap? And next thing you know, we got another one. And that's always fun when someone stumbles into the hobby via a razor like this, and then they realize there's many, many other things for them to try. Brushes, soaps, aftershaves, shaving bowls, even other razors. I must say, I slept on this razor for years, and honestly, it's because I was never the biggest fan of injectors, but I picked this one up a couple of months ago, and I'm happy with it. It is my favorite injector razor. It does have some good heft to it. So if you like heft, this one certainly brings it. And this is the polished copper version. When I was looking on their website a few minutes ago, I didn't see this razor still up, so I don't know if they offer this polished copper anymore. All right, stand by. I need to push the door shut. Stand by. All right, and we're back. I just had to push the door shut, sort of popped itself open there. Again, we're misting here with just plain water. And the products used today, I will link them below. Always look in the links below if you're interested in any of these products. We had a good first pass with the WSP cream. I would say no quality issues as far as that goes. It lathers up well, lathers up easily. It's soft. To me, it doesn't have the consistency of like Tobs or a fresh tub, that's very, very soft. This one is soft, but it's not crazy soft. It's certainly softer than most shaving soaps, but there are some shaving soaps that are just as soft as this particular cream. So it's somewhere to me in between a cream and soap in consistency, but it does lather easily. The only thing is those little granules sort of irritate me. And what would happen is, I'll show you the tub here. Let me get this sort of wiped down so it doesn't get all over the place first. And I will give you a look at it. And while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and announce one of the winners from last week. The first winner from last week's giveaway is put on the screen there, Matt Fox. And Matt Fox wins the Uncle John's Fougere. So Matt, email me, cdb@imcdb.com, your address, and I'll get that out to you. We'll announce another winner later. But anyway, the soap here, as I scoop it out, once you try to press it in the bowl, it sort of breaks up a little bit. It doesn't stay together. And again, that's where you're seeing those little dots. Those are just granules of soap that sort of just break off. And it's sort of a odd consistency, this cream. But it is good quality. And it does come in that plastic tub. And I presume the reason it comes in that plastic is so if this were put in a tin and it has more moisture than regular shaving soap, probably rust. I'm presuming. I could be wrong on that. But also they're giving you a higher quantity of cream. And so they probably need a bigger container to give you that 7.44 ounces. It's not a bad price. And it is plenty slick enough. Like I said, if I had to, only thing I would complain about is as you get it out to lather in the bowl, it kind of breaks apart. It's hard to press into a bowl in the way that other creams or soaps are. It doesn't stay together. It's sort of weird in that regard, but otherwise, very good stuff in my opinion. No problems with slickness, and I'm liking this blade. This is a blade that Supply sent emails out to some of the people who purchased the razor and indicated they were willing to try new things. And I'm thinking this blade is pretty good. I mean, it feels really smooth. No sort of roughness whatsoever. And so from the perspective of a first go, I would say Supply not bad at all. I'm enjoying it. Feels just as good as the other blade as far as I'm concerned. The blade angle for this razor is I think, fairly intuitive. It's not hard to use. It does have some weight to it, so keep that in mind. And the blade here feels smooth. It's cutting without feeling rough at all, which I really appreciate in a blade. I really, really favor blades that are sharp and smooth. I want it to be as sharp as possible while still smooth. And this one feels like it's nice and sharp. It's cutting well. As long as I don't get roughness, that's the main thing I'm looking to avoid in blades. I don't care how sharp it is, as long as it's not rough. And I'd say this one feels quite good. By the way, thank you again to the folks who are into the giveaways. I think Matt and Fox won by virtue of being a Patreon supporter, because Patreon supporters get automatic entries to the giveaways. And so I plug those in along with, I point the YouTube comment picker to your comments, and they just randomly select someone. So congrats, Matt, and we'll name someone else just in a moment. Again, reapplying a little water there, and we'll lather up for pass number 3 here. I really like the Grey Dog bamboo brush. Thank you again, Grey Dog, if you happen to see this. Appreciate you. Very nice. And as you can see, plenty of hydration in here. But that right there annoys me. I'm not going to lie, those granules. And it was just, see how that is right there? It was just impossible to get it pressed down into that bowl without that being there. And so that's a little bit annoying. But again, it's not really affecting the shave. It's just, it's not pretty to look at. But of course, I guess if you're watching this, you've already gotten beyond that because you were looking at me. So you're not here to look at pretty things, but those granules will just sort of, if you're used to that super smooth lather, at least for me, I just couldn't get it pushed into this bowl without it breaking up into those granules, which you see. And again, that's a little bit annoying. Could it cause a problem? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think probably you'll just sort of push it out of the way with the razor, but it's not ideal. It's kind of annoying. I would rather have it, smooth on my face. But again, sometimes when you press soaps into bowl, they break up, and this might be one that's better to lather on the, load from the tub, maybe. I don't know. I don't do that, especially with a cream, because I don't want to introduce too much moisture into it and throw off that ratio, but you might try it. If you don't care about that sort of thing, loading from the tub, maybe give it a go. As you can see, they're not ideal. Honestly, I really wish WSP had, if WSP had their regular shaving soaps in containers like this, I would buy them. But personally, I don't like, I'm getting lather all over the place, all over my shirt, everywhere. Personally, I don't like using tins because oftentimes they arrive to you and they're already dented and beat up right out of the box. And also, over time, you can get rust in them. And it just, for me, is not ideal for something that tends to get wet. But that's just my preference. A lot of people would prefer that. That's entirely okay. Always do what makes you happy. If you want to buy soaps in plastic, do that. If you want to buy them in tins, do that. If you just want to buy spare puck, do that. It's always up to you. But me, I want them in a durable plastic container that will continue to look good throughout the life of the product, because I want to show it and honor the product. You know what I mean? Not having it looking janky with a bunch of dents in it. Sometimes that happens and it's, unavoidable, but I do like to show every product the way it's meant to be shown. And pulling one out that's brand new, that's got 3 or 4 big dents in it, and it looks like, something they put on a scratch and dent sale is not really appealing to me unless you get it for a scratch and dent price. So if the tins were dramatically reduced because, they're likely to get beat up, I might consider it. But honestly, because of all the issues that you can have from tin, they're just not my favorite way to store soap. But I will say today, the blade here on the supply razor, it's a good blade, no problem at all. Smooth, and again, the value of these razors like the supply razor, Leaf, and others who do a lot of marketing cannot be overstated. They bring a lot of new folks to the hobby, and for me, that's always a plus. And it's a good razor, so it's a win-win. Let's go ahead and announce our second winner. The second winner, this winner was for the Cooper and French Sandalwood. The 1 pound of that is Nate for shaving. Nate, I'll put it up there on the screen, and he won via a comment. So congrats, Nate. Email me, cdb@iamcdb.com, and I'll get that out to you shortly. Congrats, everyone. And there's another giveaway up this week, so go check that out if you please. Thank you all for coming back and participating. And more importantly, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will say, if you've been considering a supply razor, as long as you don't mind some weight, because keep in mind, these have some heft to them. As long as you're not averse to having some weight behind your razor, I think it's a very good shaver. I did a list. I'll pop it up in one of the corners. My top 10, and when I say top, I mean my favorite single edge razors, and this one was on it. It's a very nice razor, and I like the fact that you can change the plates and sort of increase or decrease the efficiency. And I also like the fact that because you can take that plate off, you can rinse the blade if you please. Now, injectors were typically meant to be the blade injected and you keep it in the razor until it's finished. But I like to disassemble the razor and dry everything off and clean everything. But many people don't. That's okay. Just the way I do it. But it's a good razor. Legitimately good razor. I'm very happy with it. All right. Excellent shave with the supply. Let me rinse, folks, and then we'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back and off cam. We did a warm water rinse. We followed that with the alum, no stinging. So that was a very nice, smooth shave. Followed that with the cold water rinse, then our Lancaster towel for patting dry, and then applied the Magic Made by Witches Thayers. The Supply 2.0 SE, or Supply SE 2.0, I really like it. I really enjoyed the new blade they're testing as well. That was good. The Wet Shaving Products Tobacco cream, very good cream in terms of what you need for the shave. I'm annoyed by the consistency of it because when you press it into the bowl, it sort of breaks up into granules, and I didn't really care for that. I really wish WSP would make their regular shaving soap in plastic, and I'd buy them. But this is a good cream in terms of performance at a good price. I did enjoy that. It's got a very good scent as well. We used the Grey Dog brush, which I really enjoyed, and of course our Captain's Choice bowl. We shall finish it off today with RazoRock Emperor, which I'm working on killing. I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you will return tomorrow because God willing, I will be here. Thanks so much for watching as always. Until next time, I've been your host CDB reminding you it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.